Well, good morning, everybody. Hi, it's me, T-Bone, from the Lunsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It's go time. Uh, I'd like to say voyeur. Okay, all right. Well, you say voyeur all you want to. Simulcasting live here on the Talks of the Ticks and the Books of the Faces. The comments are not coming over like they're supposed to. So you're just going to have to follow along in the comments section down below. And again, I will be very mindful of my introduction so that when you watch these later on TikTok, they don't all start like this. And then this. We don't want to do that. Sorry, still coughing like a gerbil farts. Can't really clear whatever it is that's bothering me. I know it's bad radio to all over the place, but at least I'm not sneezing. Let's get it started with your national days of the week. Your national days of the week we give to you every week with this intent: find something to celebrate. Find an excuse to celebrate on a daily basis. And on Monday, the 24th of March, I'm going to give you one of those reasons. Fireball. No, you know what does cure that? Good call. Chloroseptic. Now we got to start over. All right. Here we go with your national days of the week, starting with tomorrow, finding an excuse to celebrate. It's National Cheesesteak Day. I've learned a lot about the cheesesteak game because I work with a cheesesteak aficionado. There's a lot more to cheesecake than just steak and cheese. There's the bread, the kind of bread that it comes on, the kind of cheese that you use. I'm an old school, give me the meat with a little provolone kind of guy, but apparently that's not the thing here in central Pennsylvania. You got to do the whiz. The whiz, which just sounds disgusting to me. So yeah, Philly cheesesteak. It's National Cheesesteak Day. That's the 24th. On the 25th of March, it's National Waffle Day. Now, we've already been scammed by the National Pancake Association more than once. Brian likes the cheese whiz. He likes the whiz on his Philly cheese. The pancake people have fooled us more than once, so I'm not taking anybody out to breakfast on National Waffle Day. As a matter of fact, the only person I'm taking out that day is Zeus. Zeus has got an appointment down in the land of the Amish, so we're going to go down there. If there's a Waffle House on the way, I will partake. I will find a reason to go to the Waffle House. It's the 26th of March, National Waffle Day. On the 27th, I screwed that up. National Waffle Day is the 25th. The 26th, this is a fun one. It's National Make Up Your Own Holiday Day. If you could make up your own holiday, what would it be? Instantly, I have a holiday in my brain that is not appropriate for this broadcast. But you can imagine, if it's me and I'm making a holiday, I'm making this holiday about one of my favorite things in the world. But I can't mention it here because there's children listening. What would be your make up your own holiday day on the 26th? Let me know in the comments. Not related, on the 27th of March, it's National NJP Day. On the 27th of March, it's National Viagra Day. Now, National Viagra Day following Make Up Your Own Holiday Day, there could be a little correlation, just a little, tie-in to the day before if I got to name my holiday for what I would want it to be. But the 27th, National Viagra Day, the little blue pill that does so much for you. It does so much for you, like things. Yeah, I can't get that to come over, so I'm not going to mess with that anymore today. What do we got? These are tying in very nicely. I guess I chose them wisely. It's the 28th of March. It's National Eat an Eskimo Pie Day. It's Make Up Your Own Holiday Day, followed by Viagra Day, followed by Eat an Eskimo Pie Day. On the 28th of March, I'm going to ask my betrothed to identify as an Eskimo so I can eat the Eskimo pie. It's just colder than regular pie. It's just cold pie. That's what Eskimo pie is. On the 29th of March, it's National Pay It Forward Day. That's right. You should try to pay it forward every day. If you have the means, if you have the ability to do something nice for people, you should always Eskimo pie per Urban Dictionary. I can't wait to follow up on that a little later. You should always try to pay it forward. You should, if you have the means and the ability to do something nice for people at random, you should always do that. Always try to be nice. Randomly, paying it forward is what they call it. But, whatever you can do, whether it's over-tipping, big fan of over-tipping, because that really makes someone's day. Or buying something for a stranger or giving money to homeless. I get it. They're homeless. Or they're lazy bums just begging for money. I get it. But you know what? $5 ain't going to kill you. If you have the means, if you have the ability, pay it forward day. It's the 29th of March. And finally, next Sunday, we're just wrapping them all up into one here. It's a National Julia Day, National Victoria Day, and National Wendy Day. Basically, if you know a woman, it's their day. There's 3 name days on one day, the 30th of March. That has been your National Days of the Week. Moving on, I don't know if I put this out in the Warno Friday night, and if I didn't, I am remiss. So we'll do it now. I'm going to let you know about a comedy event that's going on at the Back Porch Brewing Company, located at 155 North Hanover Street there in Carlisle. Right on the main drag. I was lucky enough to find parking right out in front the one time I went there. My friend Karen Kay, she's putting on a little show. And who's going to be supporting her in her little show? She's got a very funny Andrew Glessner. He's going to be there. I got the name. Ridge Hirschberger is going to be there, along with Ali Azif. Ali, Andrew, and Ridge, and Karen. They're going to be at the Back Porch Brewing Company. That show starts at 7. It's free to get in. So, again, located 155 at North Hanover Drive or Street there in the lovely town of Carlisle. $7. That's the 26th. That's Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, free to get in. Andrew Glessner, Ridge Hirschberger, Ali Asif, and Karen Kay. Check them out. They're funny people. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. And it's free. And they got good food there. That is your community or comedy service note for the week. Finishing up with the fan favorite part of the show. This is where we do our This Week in History trivia style. I ask AI to give me 7 questions from the previous week in history, ending on the 23rd. And we answer them together. I read the question, you give me your answers, I give you my answers. And we see if we can go 7 for 7. Last week I did go 7 for 7. Tell you, it's a great way to start your week by being smart. I like being smart. Here we go. Question number 1. On March 17th, 1776, during the American Revolutionary War, what city did British forces evacuate after a successful siege by American troops led by General George Washington? What city did British forces evacuate after a successful siege by American troops led by General George Washington? Question number 1. This is March 17th. Was it New York City? Was it Boston? Was it Philadelphia? Or was it Charleston? What city did the British evacuate? Mr. Taney pops in with Yorktown. Not one of the options. Probably not correct. Was it New York, Boston, Philadelphia, or Charleston? It's funny to think that you could evacuate any of those cities nowadays. I love Charleston, but the American Revolutionary War didn't have a lot of things going on down in Charleston. That didn't start until the Civil War. Or as they say, the war between the states. March 17th, 1776. I have brought it down to the 3. It's either Philly, Boston, or New York City. Oh, man, I hate to. Taney is answering with Philly. I am also going to go with Philly. I think I'm going to go with Philly. I don't think it was New York. It definitely wasn't Boston. I'm going with Philly. Question number 2. Again, on March 17th. March 17th is celebrated worldwide as St. Patrick's Day. Which of the following is not traditionally associated with the holiday? That's a strange question. We've never gotten one of those before. I give you 4 options, and you tell me which one of these things does not belong on your St. Patty's Day checklist. Options, all right, here. A, wearing green attire. B, parades and festivals. C, lighting fireworks. Or D, displaying shamrocks. Those are your options. Is it wearing green, parades and festivals, fireworks, or shamrocks? Which one of these things does it belong on St. Patty's Day? I know there is a delay, so I'm giving you time to answer. And I'm going to pop over there and see what's going on. Oh, we got a bunch of people that have joined us there on the Talk of the Ticks. Not many sticking around. I get it. I wouldn't stick around if I didn't know me either. So there is your second question. St. Patrick's Day, one of these things does not belong. Brian's going with C. I don't have an answer from James yet, or anyone else that may be watching. Drinking and fireworks are a no-go. He's going with fireworks. I am also going to go with fireworks, which I believe every holiday should have fireworks involved in them. That's what I believe. On March 17th, apparently, the algorithm got stuck on that day for whatever reason. So here's our third March 17th question. On March 17th, 1969, who became the first female prime minister of Israel? 1969, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. She was elected the first female prime minister of Israel. Do you know who it is? It's one of those where if you know it, like instantly. I know this. I know who this is. Patrick said shamrocks because he didn't know what they were. Okay, how about shillelaghs? Does he know what a shillelagh is, Dad? Here are your options for people who could have been elected Prime Minister of Israel. Oh, Brian pops in with Meir, and I'm going to not take off her spelling. I know who you're talking about, Golda Meir. As option number 1, Indira Gandhi is option number 2, Margaret Thatcher, option number 3, or Benazir Bhutto, option number 4. Was it Golda Meir, Indira Gandhi, Margaret Thatcher, or Benazir Bhutto? I agree with Brian that it was Golda Meir. What a great name, Golda. He couldn't spell golden, or he couldn't just be gold. Other nationalities name their kids weird names too. It's not just the one that you're thinking of right now, racist. James is popping in with Goldie, but Golda and my ear, we all know who you're talking about. Question number 4. On March 23rd, finally something other than March 17th, on March 23rd, 1998, what film won 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director? 1998, this movie took home 11 Academy Awards, tying the record for the most Oscars won by a single film. 1998, what movie took home 11 Oscars? Was it Ben-Hur? Was it The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King? Mr. Taney pops in with Forrest Gump. That's a wrong year. Forrest Gump was out before 98. I know that for a fact. I was in it. Was it Titanic or was it West Side Story? Now that you've had all of your options read to you, Ben-Hur, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Titanic, or West Side Story, which one of them won 11 Academy Awards? Instantly, you can remove Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur was at the beginning stages of color. Brian's going with Lord of the Rings. West Side Story, I don't know if they've ever made a movie out of West Side Story. I've just known it as a very long-running play in New York City. So it takes it down to Lord of the Rings or Titanic. And Best Picture and Best Director. James Cameron directed Titanic, right? Yep, I agree with Mr. Taney. I believe it was Titanic. A movie so long it had to have an intermission. You remember that? Remember when you went to movies? My answer is the Titanic. On March 23rd, Jesus, it's either the 17th or the 23rd. On March 23rd, 1775, which American revolutionary delivered the famous speech ending with, "Give me liberty or give me death"? The movie, I think there are 3 of them. Okay. No need to use capital letters and exclamation points, man. I just haven't seen no movie named West Side Story. I'll look for it now. March 23rd, 1775, the speech ends with, "Give me liberty or give me death." What revolutionary made that speech? Was it, here are your options, Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry, John Adams, or Benjamin Franklin? Which revolutionary patriot was it that made the speech that ended with "Give me liberty or give me death"? Mr. Geringer pops in with Patrick Henry. I agree with Mr. Geringer that it was Patrick Henry. Didn't he also write Common Sense? Wasn't it him also? Didn't they hang him? Yeah, I think it didn't end well. All right, and Mr. Taney's also going with Henry. We all agree it was Patrick Henry. We'll find out if that's correct soon. On to question number 6. March 23rd, what the heck, man? March 23rd, 1919, which future dictator founded the fascist movement in Italy? You either know it or you don't know it. Or maybe you can deduce it given the options I'm about to provide you. Who brought fascism to Italy in 1919? Oh, hey, Patrick. He's on the TikTok now. Cool. All right. Was it Adolf Hitler? Did Adolf Hitler export fascism to Italy in 1919? Was it Benito Mussolini, as Mr. Taney has correctly guessed, I believe? Oh, Francisco Franco, wrong country. Francisco Franco was over there on the Iberian Peninsula. Brian is also going with Mussolini. Or was it Joseph Stalin? We are all in agreement. It was Benito Mussolini that brought fascism to Italy in 1919. And it goes downhill from there for a while. The black shirts. There was a time when we lived in Italy, there was a uniform we couldn't wear because it looked too much like the black shirts, and we were too close to World War II for people to have forgotten what the black shirts did in Italy. Strange but true. Finally, our last question of the day. It's March 23rd again. Ugh. On March 23rd, 1965, NASA launched Gemini 3, its first two-man mission. Who were the astronauts on the mission? Who were the two astronauts on Gemini 3? I do not know. And if you know, I am surprised. Here are our options: Gus Grissom and John Young, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, Alan Shepard and Deke Slayton, or Jim Lovell and Frank Borman. Those are your options. Who was on Gemini 3 that was launched March 23rd, 1965? I'm going to go with Gus Grissom and John Young just because I like the name Gus Grissom. I'm always a fan of a little alliteration, and he gets dead soon afterwards. I'm pretty sure Gus Grissom dies in a capsule there at Cape Canaveral. So I'm going with Gus Grissom and John Young. Brian is going with Lovell and Borman. James is going with Grissom and Young. And up here, I got nobody making any guesses. So that's okay. Now, let's find out how we did. Again, the goal is to go 7 for 7. I do not know the answers until we know the answers. The answer to question number 1 means I will not be going 7 for 7. Anyone who correctly guessed Boston is correct. I did not guess Boston. I guessed Philly. Burr, burr, burr. Yeah, Grissom burned to death on the pad. Okay, I was right. Question number 2 was correct, and fireworks are not normally associated with St. Patrick's Day. Question number 3, it was Golda Meir. Question number 4, it was Titanic. Question number 5 was Patrick Henry. Question number 6 was Benito Mussolini. And finally, the question number 7 was Gus Grissom and John Young. I did good. I just didn't know about the whole evacuation of Boston thing. I know now. I'll know next time when we do this a year from now and that question comes up again. Very March 17th and March 23rd centric this week. Very strange that it would do that. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining in. Thanks for popping in and hanging out. As always, it's a fun way to start our Sundays. Getting ready to tape a new episode of The Lunsby Show. Remember, you can listen to The Lunsby Show wherever fine podcasts are found. We're out there. All you got to do is look for us. And if you want to join us on the Book of Faces, just search for the hashtag LUNSB, Lunsby, and join a fan page, and you can communicate with us there. It's been Sunday. It's been real. It's been fun. And it's actually been real fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you're a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow.